I was watching this podcast of this Muslim self-improvement YouTuber. His name's Muhammad Ali. And he was interviewing this doctor. I don't remember his name, but to be honest, this podcast, it just left me speechless. You know the things that were coming out of this guy's mouth? Like the level of articulacy that was in this guy's manner of speaking, like the experience he had, the maturity is hard to believe. Like, guys, he looks like he's 35. And the things that came out of his mouth, I was doing a workout when I was listening to this podcast, and I had to take a step back and just focus on this because that's how much it distracted me. I had to take notes. That's how much value I gained from this. And one of the profound statements that he made was that I believe that I have been taken through all of these trials and tribulations in my life just so that when someone else comes to me with his anxiety, I can sit down and fully understand him and resonate with him and empathize with him. And that, my friend, is the way of an optimistic man. Not only an optimistic man, but an optimistic leader. You've probably done this before, that when life's going pretty well, you're thinking to yourself that, oh yes, some tragic event is coming your way. It's just around the corner. At this point, to be honest, I'm always suspicious, alhamdulillah, and maybe I'm being really naive, but whenever things are going really well, I'm like, alhamdulillah, thank God it's all going good, but why is it going so good? Like, is something bad about to happen? And then boom. Oftentimes, that is the case, like something bad comes my way. And then you're thinking that, why, man? Like, what's the point of this? Why? Like, why is it happening? Like, I see people around me, they don't have to go through such events. Like, they can be happy, apparently happy for really long periods of time. I mean, again, you might not know what they're going through, but that's what you think, right? And it's in those days when you have to really sit down and at the end of the day, remind yourself of this ayah, the saying of Allah in Surah At-Taghabun. He says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. And I'll probably, a lot of the shayateen have clicked off just because I said that, or they will. I'm just joking, bro. ما أصاب من مصيبة إلا بإذن الله ومن يؤمن بالله يهدي قلبه والله بكل شيء عليم. No calamity befalls anyone except by the will of Allah. And whoever has faith in Allah, He will surely guide their hearts through adversity. And He has perfect knowledge of all things. It's just, when you read the Quran with the meaning, you get an answer to a lot of your questions. Because, at the end of the day, the Quran is supposed to be a manual for how you're supposed to live your life, right? And this is just one of those ayahs that's just stuck with me. It's literally the answer as to what you should do on those days when you feel that way. Like, why is this happening? Why do I have to go through these trials and tribulations? Because, it's those days, those hard days that make you who you really are. I heard a quote somewhere that said, it's the difficult years of your life that are really the growth factors, and the happy years are just years wasted. And that does have some value in it. Because after those days, when you get out of that rut, which you are bound to, you definitely will, inshallah, because Allah said in Surah Talaq, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. And whoever is mindful of Allah, Allah will surely make a way out for him. And then in the same surah, He says, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. And whoever is mindful of Allah, He will make his matters easy for him. And what does being mindful mean? Like, yattaqillah, it has two translations. One is being mindful and one is being fearful, which both imply the same thing basically. You're just mindful of Allah in your daily actions. Do the things that He told you to do and stay away from what He told you to stay away from, right? What He has prohibited. And then definitely you will find a way out. And once you do find your way out of that rut, you'll look back and think, I'm so grateful for all of these things that I had to go through. And until then, it's like, it's none of your business, bro. Like, why, man? Like, just shut up and just do your part, you know what I mean? Because doing your part, being mindful of Allah, is the only right thing. Not only that, but the only thing that you can do in reality, just help yourself. Yeah, so the main takeaway I'd say for you, bro, is that whatever you're going through, okay, just keep your head up and just focus on doing your part to just staying mindful of Allah. Honestly, like this, the answers are right there in the Quran. Just take heed and read the Quran for yourself with the meaning, bro. Like, you'll find an answer to a lot of the questions that you had. And it's all right there. And so just be smart, do your part, and leave the rest to Allah, bro. Take care. Ma'asalam.